Welcome to Metagame Mastery, where it's not just about what the card does, but how it impacts the game. World of Spark preview season is finally starting to wrap up, and we are getting to see amazing new cards. If you enjoy this content, click that like button, and be sure you're subscribed to get access to all our latest videos. Without further ado, big time, go time, let's go. First up, we have the new card, Karn the Great Creator. 4 colorless mana for a legendary planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 5. He has a static ability. Activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control cannot be activated. He has a +1 ability. Until your next turn, up to one target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost, and a -2 ability. You may choose an artifact card you own from outside the game or in exile. Reveal that card and put it into your hand. Okay, this card is crazy. Absolutely nuts. Even if he doesn't see play in Standard, he is going to be a bomb in Limited, Legacy, Commander. He's nuts. He is a one-card combo because all you have to do is put him in play, use his static ability and his -2 ability to go get the other piece of the combo from outside of the game. And what's the other piece of that combo, you might ask? Mycosynth Lattice is a classic combo piece. It's already in tons of decks. It costs 6 colorless mana for an artifact. All permanents are artifacts in addition to their other types. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells and permanents are colorless. Players can spend mana as though it were mana of any color. All that matters is that you turn your opponent's lands into artifacts, and then as long as cards on the board, they can't activate their abilities, including tapping for mana. It is sick, it is wrong, it is awesome, and I have to have one. Saheeli Silverwing is 4 colorless mana for a 2/3 artifact creature Drake with flying. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top card of target opponent's library. This is a bad card. Period. It's bad in Limited, it's bad in Commander, it's a bad card. Don't play it. Saheeli Sublime Artificer is 3 CMC, 1 colorless, and any combination of 2 blue and red. For a legendary planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 5. Her static ability is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. She has a -2 ability. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another artifact or creature you control until end of turn, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. So she's great. She has the Young Pyromancer ability on a Planeswalker, so it's harder to remove. She only costs 1 more mana. She could be in mono blue decks, which is awesome. And on top of that, she has the ability to turn those 1/1 servos into a clone of whatever your best creature is. This card is outstanding. Jaya's Greeting is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a red for an instant. It deals 3 damage to target creature, scry 1. This is absolutely solid in Limited. It's going to be outshined by cards like Lava Coil in Standard. There's way better cards in Eternal formats, but in Limited, this is going to get rid of lots of early game threats and give you virtual card advantage at instant speed. This is just a really solid pickup at common. Jaya, Venerated Fire Mage, is 5 CMC, 4 colorless, and a red for a legendary planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 5. If another red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1 to that permanent or player instead. Her -2 ability is it deals 2 damage to any target. So this is really good value in Limited. You're paying 5 mana for a card that you're going to put in play, and assuming you still have creatures on the board, it could deal up to 6 damage the turn it comes into play. You're getting at least 2 shocks out of this. She can pick off other planeswalkers. She can finish off an opponent. This is a solid pickup in Limited. Low-Rune Enforcer is 1 white mana for a 1/2 human soldier. You could pay 1, tap him, and tap target creature with converted mana cost 2 or greater. Once again, this is a really good card in Limited. You're paying 1 mana for a 1/2, which is above curve. It's going to stop your opponent's one drops, but for the low cost of only holding up 1 mana in this creature, you can prevent your opponent's best 3-drop or higher from being able to attack you as long as this is in play. This is really good pseudo removal. Dovin, Hand of Control, is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and either a white or a blue for a legendary planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 5. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast. And he has the -1 ability until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent and opponent controls. This card's great. Absolutely awesome. He taxes your opponents, which, if you've ever played Death and Taxes in any format, this is a powerful mechanic. And on top of that, he prevents your opponent's best creature from dealing any damage for up to 5 turns. That's basically the whole game. This card is outstanding. Visier of the Scorpion is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and black for a 1/1 zombie wizard. When it enters the battlefield, amass 1. Zombie tokens you control have death touch. So unlike many of the other zombie token lords we've seen, this isn't great stat economy for limited. The only reason you would want to play this is if you're really into the amass mechanic in limited. And when it comes to Eternal formats, we've seen this ability before. Death Baron does the same thing for the same cost, only better. So unless you're specifically going deep into zombie tokens in decks like Scarab God and EDH, then you're probably going to have better options than this. That said, Scarab God's going to love this card. Chandra's Triumph is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a red for an instant. It deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. It deals 5 damage to that permanent instead if you control a Chandra planeswalker. This is just absolutely fine removal with possible upside, but let's face it, it's going to be hard to get that upside in limited. Doing 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker is going to nix a lot of early threats off the board and finish off a lot of planeswalkers that have been depleting their loyalty. This is just straight up a good pick in draft or sealed. Chandra's Pyro Helix is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a red for an instant. It deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. So I love this card. It can burn your opponent, it can ping off 2 1/1s, it can finish off a planeswalker. This is solid, versatile removal for limited. Chandra, Fire Artisan, is 4 CMC, 2 colorless, and 2 red for a legendary planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 4. Whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra, she deals that much damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Her +1, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Her -7, exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. This card is great in limited, just amazing in limited. It's repeatable card advantage in red, which I cannot understate how powerful that is. And in order to get her off the board, your opponent's going to have to take at least 5 damage. That's great economy for only 4 mana. On top of that, if you do manage to get to her ultimate, you're going to have a really, really good game. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all our latest videos. This has been Metagame Mastery. Peace!